Hi, everybody. For those of you who just spent a few moments with me on my own personal page, here I am now at Dog is Good. So thank you for popping over to the Dog is Good page so that you can participate with us today in our Dog is Good lifestyle show, which I'm super excited about because I have one of my good friends here who I met through my mastermind who does some phenomenal things as far as keeping us mindful and help clearing our thoughts and our heads. And this is something I feel so strongly about. It's a practice that I've incorporated into my own life in the past few years, and it does wonders for me. But anyway, let me introduce myself for those of you who are popping in who may not know who I am. I am Gila Kurtz. Hi, Shannon. Thanks for popping on over here. I am one of the co-founders and co-owners of Dog is Good. And I'll introduce my friend more formally in a second, but this is Jen Dial, who came into the office today to do this live interview because we're going to get to do our Mutt meditation together. So, as I already said earlier, if you are able to, I would love to invite you to share this broadcast with your friends, and if you could do that now, we want to get as many people on board doing it. In fact, I think it would be really fun to do a Guinness Book of World Records Mutt meditation, like the most people meditating calmly with their dogs. So anyway, people are starting to pop in, and I'm going to take a moment just to say hi because I really appreciate that you do. Bolo is funny, but she's actually very chill right now. If you notice, my voice is I'm trying to be very smooth and calm. I'm trying to channel my inner Jen. So, and we have a diffuser going, and Bola had some lavender put on her ears. So she's actually a little bit more chill than normal, which is very interesting to see the effects of some of those things on her. Rhonda's popping in the house, and Susie, and Ann, and Tina. I so appreciate you guys. You have no idea. And I want to thank you, and I hope that you're with your dogs right now because we're actually going to get to do some meditative work together. Now, for those of you who are familiar with our show, every week we also do a giveaway. So I want to encourage you to enter to win this fabulous Dog is My Zen tunic. And in addition to that, also our Dog is My Zen car magnet. So lots of fun things there. Hi, Brittany. Everybody's in. Do you guys all have your dogs with you? I'm curious, by show of comments, maybe just a thumbs up since it's faster that way, how many of you already meditate and meditate with your dogs? I would be curious to know that. So just a quick backstory. A few years ago, when so people who know me know that my my life goes from minute to minute to minute to minute. I think every single minute is accounted for. And while it works for me 90% of the time, it's that 10% that, man, that just throws me for a loop. And I've had many people, not many, I've had a few people say to me on occasion that they would not want to live my daily routine. And sometimes I can understand why that is. But anyway, someone had said to me, oh, you should take up meditation. And I remember saying, I can't even imagine wrapping my head around that. Like, what goes on in here can be so scary sometimes. I just couldn't picture being able to slow it down. And then I was posed with a little bit of a challenge, and my friend at the time said, could you just do it for 60 seconds? And I thought, you know, I can do anything for 60 seconds. And then before you know it, I started to get hooked. So every single morning, that is part of my morning routine as I set my intention for every single day. For the past 3 years, I meditate, and I meditate with Bolo. Now, what's interesting is the Dog is My Zen was actually developed because of the role that Henry plays in my world, because Henry's always so calm and peaceful, and he really does bring me Zen. But Bolo brings me Zen in a very different way. So, okay, so people have their dogs. Jen's dog is sleeping. Jen has the best life in Maine. I'm going to tell you, I love those pictures you post, Jen, and I love that you embrace all 4 seasons where you are. Jen, Rhonda, I am right there with you. It is sometimes feels hard to fit it into your schedule, but Jen Dial here is going to be able to share with us how we're going to do that. And yes, the 60-second challenge. And I guarantee you, like for 60 seconds, you can totally clear your thoughts for 60 seconds. So anyway, I want to go ahead and dive right in. And I appreciate you guys participating. And once again, I want to ask that you share with your friends. So this is my good friend, Jen. what did I do with my questions? There we go. I don't want to lose it. I met Jen in our mastermind. So that's another thing that I'm a strong believer in is surrounding yourself with the right people and not only elevating each other on a personal level, but what I love about our mastermind, which is a professional organization, it provides us with opportunity on ways that we can enhance, improve, and grow our own businesses so that we can better serve the people who we do serve. So I'm grateful for that connection. And we were talking at the event one weekend, and as she was talking about meditation, I was sharing how I meditate with Bo, and I said, oh man, you should come onto our live show and do a Mutt meditation. And we've been talking about it for a while, so I'm so glad that we finally made this happen. So Jen Dial is the owner of the Dial Method. She has been a practitioner of mindful meditation for over 25 years. And in addition to teaching private clients, she does do classes here in the Orange County area. But she also has an online program too. So for anybody all over the country, all over the world for that matter, they can participate and get some of that, the benefits of meditative work. So with that, I want to welcome you. So thank you for coming. I'm going to give you a big hug.
Oh, what a welcome. Thank you for having me.
No, it's a pleasure. Oh, and you guys should see her outfit. She is sporting the Dog is Good Zen stuff. It looks so hip. Like, you got to see her pants, too. We'll stand up towards the end.
I'll stand up
They're
real
like
quick.
these little, they're just really cute. They're
like Zen.
Yes, you look
harem pants.
very, very Zen. So, okay, before we get started, and I do want to let you guys know, we are going to take a few moments to actually go through a guided meditation with our dogs. So I do hope you have your dogs with you. Oh, and I just want to say hi to Steven as well. Thanks for joining, and get all your little pugs together. It's going to be quiet for a few moments. So let's I'm just going to ask you a few questions to help our audience understand who you are and how you got to where you are today with your business. How did you get involved in meditation to begin with? Like I know what prompted me. What prompted you many years ago?
Well, many years ago, 25 years ago, I was in corporate America, and I needed...
Say no more.
I needed stress relief, and I needed to sink my teeth into something that was deeper and that fed my soul.
Mm.
And I embarked upon the Nature of the Soul training, which is a Tibetan training, and I studied that piece of beautiful key consciousness for about a decade.
Mm.
So I studied the rigorous class, and then I underwent the teacher's training and the advanced teacher's training, and then I taught the course, and then I went on to teach meditation as well. So it enhanced my life incrementally, and it was exactly what I was looking for. So I've shared it all along the way with other people. And then I launched my business so that I could share it with people in a big way. And it really helped me to work through some trauma from my childhood and having a series of miscarriages, which I know a lot of people can relate to that.
Mm.
Meditation helped me to cope with a lot of the ups and downs that we encounter in life.
Mm. Well, I think that this is so timely because this is I feel in a period in our history where we are just so on the go and so connected to so many different things that our brains, I did not used to be like this. And I know for a fact a few years ago I was not like this, but I find that so much stimulation on a daily basis has just kind of wired me differently, and it creates a level of stress that can be debilitating at times, So it's interesting how you started to see that. Okay, so what is the Dial Method? Which is, I love that it works out perfectly with your name. That's awesome.
Well, the Dial Method is a particular type of meditation. There are basically three categories of meditation, generally speaking. One is open, where you just let your mind wander and you're in the moment, and perhaps you're just trying to create a still space and a blank space for your mind. Mm-hmm. There's another category of meditation that's more focus-based. Perhaps you're just focusing in nothing but your breathing. And then there's a third category called guided meditation, and that's what the Dial Method is. And it's a fusion of the other two methods, the other two lanes, if you will, types of meditation, with purpose infused, depending on the individual, whether it be calming, de-stressing, energizing, which we can all use more energy, and goal-oriented. So I ask people to carry their goal like a little seed with them throughout the meditative process. My meditation method, the dial meditation method, takes you on a journey to find that space of inner calm, energy, proactive, opening doors to your purpose, and really getting in alignment with your creativity.
I love that. And I also like that you highlighted the concept of energy, because I think sometimes people can infer meditation as to mean like this super calm, uber relaxed state, which in fact it does provide. And yet at the same time, part of the benefit of that is a renewed sense of energy as well.
Indeed, and there are techniques, and on my website, there's you'll have the ability to cherry pick what type of meditation you're looking for. There are beautiful meditations for going to sleep, but the lion's share of the meditations are to cultivate that inner sense of calm, purposeful energy.
Mm-hmm. That's what I seek out when I'm doing my morning meditation, is that, and putting into alignment what my intention is, not only for the day, but for my bigger picture vision and goal on how I want to impact the world by connecting them to their dogs in a way that brings out the best in who they are as a person.
What a beautiful vision that you have, and I really applaud you for all of the work that you've done to connect and uplift the experience with people's dogs.
Well, thank you. Okay, so people might ask, like, how can you possibly meditate with your dog? And those of you who know Bolo, who have seen her, I wish you could see her right now. It's like, wow, she's totally zenned out. I'm going to get her on the couch here in a second. But in the morning, she actually really loves to do the meditation. She will wake up and come downstairs with me and get on the couch, and she puts her head right in my lap. It's so grounding for me. And then together, with my hand on her, I just start to go through the process. And I know, I don't think that she is upstairs going, it's time for meditation. I just think she understands there's this very deep connected moment that we have every single morning before we start our day. And it's just a part of her routine. That's all she knows. So it's kind of interesting. But how do you prep people who are first starting out to incorporate this as part of their connection with their dog?
Well, meditation as training starts with the human. Mm. And the human needs to really connect with their emotional state and calm it down. The emotional body, or astral body, is how animals communicate with human beings. Mm. Have you ever felt really upset or maybe cried about something, and your animals will approach you with a concerned look? Or on the flip side, super happy and jazzed, and your dogs will be jumping and leaping. They're picking up on your emotional energy.
Have you guys, I would be curious to know how many of you have experienced that? Like you're in a state of just distress or sadness, and your dogs come over and they just behave differently, and it's almost like they totally know and they're comforting you. So I would be curious to know if that happens for you, and if so, how that helps you. Just put that in the comments too.
And that's a connection that you're experiencing. That's a meditation moment that you're experiencing. And it's through the language of your emotions. And that's how the animal kingdom connects with the human kingdom. Elephants to dolphin to domestic pets. So what we do in the meditation, Gila, is we endeavor to enter into that calm emotional space. And there's a technique, and we'll actually practice it in a few minutes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm excited about that. So can dogs benefit also from this meditation process?
Absolutely. Our nervous system, our stress level, when we experience stress, or animals experience stress, there's the release of cortisol. There are stress hormones that are circulated. Your heart can beat rapidly. So meditation can help to stabilize and calm all of those factors. And the health benefits are just incremental. Not to mention the fact that you can connect with your dog on a beautiful new level. Who doesn't want to up-level their connection with their dog?
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I really love it myself. Now, are there any restrictions? I'm sure they're not, but just like, let's say it's an elderly dog or something.
No restrictions whatsoever.
Okay.
I think we have to have our alignment with our expectations. If we have a brand new puppy, If we have an elderly, sedate, pretty sleepy dog, we just need to have realistic expectations of our dog. And the first time we meditate, even the first dozen, may not net out the results that we're expecting, but we need to be gracious with our dog and allow this to turn into a ritual, which is what you were speaking of earlier, your morning ritual. As you know, dogs are creatures of habit and rituals. This can be a new ritual for you and your dog to connect on a daily basis. And perhaps you'll set the stage for this ritual, and then your dog will recognize what's happening. So an essential oil diffuser, letting out those beautiful, calming oil, beautiful energy. I think you put lavender and serenity.
Yeah, I put that on Bolo, and also I do have a diffuser that I keep in my office to help not only for calming, but also for focus, for me to focus. And this is also a moment for focus as well. But I love essential oils, and we'll have another conversation on those too, on using those with you and your dog in a future episode. But I wanted to mention also, because you said puppy, and I know everybody out here is such dog fans, that some with a puppy in particular, like there's these moments when your dog's, puppy or not, actually, they're just sleeping. And sometimes if you allow yourself to, that could be your calling, like that's your moment, just to sit with them quietly for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it takes to get started. And just being, I found that is really what helped me just totally get launched, is because just having Bella sleeping right next to me made it easier to dive into, and it forces you to calm down. So one of the things, before we get started, we're going to do one here in just a second, I wanted to say this, because if anybody knows how challenging it is to try to start this practice, it is me. I know you guys don't know me like deeply, but I'm going to tell you, my life is a whirlwind of things. And so much so that there were definitely there was a very serious period where it was so overwhelming. And I was grasping for ways to just get centered again. And really when I committed to just saying, okay, fine, I'll just do it for 60 seconds. I'll set my timer and get through 60 seconds. And then within a couple of days, I was doing 2 minutes and I was excited. And then within 3 days, 3 minutes, and I just built up to where every single morning now it'll range. Sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes it's as much as 20 minutes, but it is without doubt a full-on blown habit that I just, like, if I don't do it, it feels like I haven't brushed my teeth. It's that kind of thing. And I feel like that's how you create habits, is just by getting started. So if you're, and the results have been phenomenal as far as clearing my head and getting me to a better place where I am now. So I just want to see what some of the comments are. Let's see. If you use essential oils, please note which ones are harmful to you. Yes, and that's so glad. I'm so glad you brought that up. And we will. We're going to be doing a show on that specifically to address just that, because I want everybody to be safe. I love that. Stephen, he actually massages his dogs too while he's doing that. So there's all these tactical ways to just get into your own self for a moment. While you're connecting with your dog. And I saw Rhonda had said something too, but I can't see the comments now. Can you see her comments?
Yeah, she said that she lost her dog and her other 2 dogs were really helpful in that time.
Oh, perfect. And I think a lot of us can relate to that too when we go through that. So what do you say? We'll go ahead and actually go through a guided meditation. I'm super excited. And I'm going to get Bolo up here. And if you guys can sit back, and if your dogs are near you, just go through the exact same thing.
Well, Gila gathers Bolo, who's been relaxing at our feet.
Yes, we have.
I want to mention that we want to have realistic expectations of our dogs and ourselves when we're starting a meditation practice. It's like going to the gym. When you go to the gym, you don't expect instant biceps like Gila's the first time you work out. When you start a yoga practice, you don't expect yourself to adapt to the postures immediately and know them front to back. So we must be very patient with ourselves and also with our pets. Recognize that we can't always have a completely silent environment, and if there's movement, if our dog scratches, sneezes, moves around, and if we do the same, it's okay. We don't want to judge our process. We want to strive to improve, but allow yourself some grace there. We want to create an environment and for our pet and ourselves to succeed with meditation. So with that said, we want to seek out a place where there aren't incremental distractions, maybe not by the door of your office or your home where people might knock on the door, maybe not by the window where there's birds, whatever that space is for you to cultivate for your ritual of meditation with your dog. Create an environment of success. Take them out on a walk after feeding and watering them well before the meditation time so that they are somewhat ready to relax and also they've worked out some of their energy, shall we say. Also, as Gila mentioned, the oil diffuser is beautiful. And then we're going to get into relaxing our physical bodies, but we really want to try to leave all of our emotional stress or upset or things of that nature on the table before we sit down with our pet. Because we do communicate via this emotional body, we want to endeavor to tranquilize it as much as possible. So we're going to start.
Okay, I just want to preface our beginning by just saying I have such a great team, and Janelle is helping us sitting at my desk across from her, and I don't think she's ever seen Bolo this chill. She's kind of cracking up. It's so true. She's chill for sure. Yeah. But I did. Well, she had a really good walk beforehand, and she's eaten, and she has my lavender being diffused in my office right now. So
you have created an environment for her to succeed in meditation and for yourself. So kudos.
Okay, awesome.
Kudos to you.
I'll let you take the platform.
So in our meditation and the dial method technique, we are in a seated position. Our dogs can be in any position that they choose, and we want to be touching our beautiful fur baby. And if our dogs are breathing a little bit heavily, sometimes it helps to calm them down by matching their breathing. So match their breathing. If the breathing is pretty relaxed and static, go ahead and just start your own deep breathing. So let's close our eyes after we are touching our beautiful fur baby and take a deep, deep breath. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe in tranquility and exhale stress. I'm going to count a breath for you to take. I want you to breathe in to the count of 10 or 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold your breath. Hold it and expand your lungs and pull that oxygen down to your belly button. Now exhale all the stress out of your mouth. Cannonball exhale away from you. We're creating a very tranquil state in our breathing that our animal will pick up. So as we continue to take nice deep breaths through our nose and exhale through our mouth during the 5 or 10 minute meditation that we're going to embark upon right now, we want to be in a seated, relaxed, comfortable position, just like Gila is, with our hand on our beautiful fur baby. And we want to roll our shoulders back and open our rib cage. Now we're going to start by picturing an environment of golden particles that are descending in the room. Golden particles that are warm, are loving, that vibrate with the frequency of the soul. So these golden particles, what does that mean? It means that they are all about the one life, peace and love and compassion. Sense them descending in the room, permeating your body and your dog's body. These golden particles are warm, healing. Our cells are magnetically attracting them. They are helping us to relax, but yet be alert and have a calm energy. Picture that encounter with the golden particles from the very top of your head, all the way down to all parts of your body, all the way to your fingertips, into the bottom of your feet. Then allow your palms to rest upright. So your arm could be on your dog, but your palm is going to be upright. This is the posture for meditation to receive spirit, but we do want to be in tactile contact with our dog in doing this. After we've continued to observe these golden particles permeating our body, relaxing us, bringing us into the frequency of the one life of the soul. Let's take another deep breath. We've opened up our rib cage by rolling our shoulders back. And let's fill our heart with gratitude. Allow gratitude to join the golden particles and fill your heart with warmth. Now envision this happening for your dog. Your dog's beating heart is calmly beating. Your dog's heart has its very own rhythm, just like yours. Turn inward for about 10 seconds now and listen to your heartbeat. This is your own imprint that your dogs can hear and sense. So as we connect with the heartbeat of our beautiful fur baby and ourselves, we are circulating gratitude throughout our entire body. This gratitude is for the present moment and for all that we have right here, right now. If your thoughts continue to float away with your to-do lists and distract you, no worries. Just gently rein them back in. Rein them back into the present moment and to this beautiful connection that you have with your dog. Now continue to relax, but shift your focus now to visualize a beautiful lake. Picture this lake surrounded by mountain peaks and a beautiful night sky of stars and a full moon. The lake is warm. This is a lake that you want to enter because it's so inviting. And you want to enter this lake with your dog. Your dog loves this lake, and so do you. So we're going to pour all of our emotions into this lake. We're going to pour all of our happy and optimistic emotions. Happiness, joy, love, compassion, patience, togetherness, sisterhood, brotherhood, at one moment with our dog. All of this energy emotionally is pouring into this lake. And this lake is becoming even more inviting, warm and loving, tranquil. Only positive and loving emotions are present in this lake. Any fear, any mistrust has sunk to the bottom of the lake. Your dog is in complete trust and faith with you. You are in complete trust and faith with your dog and with this very moment. This is a beautiful, tranquil, harmonious moment for you. Feel the beautiful water of these warm emotions lapping over you, over your dog. Your body is actually absorbing some of this beautiful energy. This is your emotional connection with your dog. Both of you are in this lake together. You're sharing this beautiful moment. Your dog's breathing is relaxed. Your dog, even if your dog is sleeping, your dog's subconscious is being impressed by this beautiful connection with you. Again, when thoughts or feelings surface from the past or the future, just gently rein them into the present moment. Continue to practice that, and this will become a habit for you. This ritual that we are creating for you and your dog is a special and sacred moment for you to experience living in this very moment with your dog. Continue to float and soak in this beautiful water with your dog. It's lapping over your bodies. It's warm. The beautiful positive emotions are dancing on the lake, surrounding you with positivity, connectiveness, goodness, love, compassion. Now take another deep breath. And your emotional state is now in complete alignment with the love of the one life in the soul and with your dog. You are in synchronicity energetically with your dog on every level. There is trust, love, and healing going on. Any old hurts or areas of fear for you or your dog are being healed in this very moment. Let's take another deep breath through our nose, breathing in pure love, and exhale all the stress and mistrust from the past. All of the intentional inhale and exhale work we're doing will cellular level as well as in your environment. So as we continue to enjoy this experience with our dog, we're going to bring our awareness back to our waking state now. We're going to bring it back 1, 2, 3. We're going to come back to the current moment, recognizing that our physical body and our dog's physical body continue to be healed and imbued with the beautiful energy of healing from the soul via the golden particles and the gratitude that we have downloaded today. Our emotions that we share together with our dog, that's a precious connection that allows us to go even deeper in our connection with our dog, healing and bringing a mindfulness and a sense of intention. This is a moment to have quiet with your dog and be open to the downloads that come to you. We will do so for about 10 seconds, and then we're going to descend from our meditation. So enter into a communion with your dog for 10 seconds now. Now let's take another deep breath and roll our shoulders back. We're going to bring ourselves back to the present moment in our current time and space. And our dog is going to be aware of the present moment in this time and space. We're not worrying about the future. We're not having sad thoughts about the past. We are in the current, present, beautiful moment with our dog. And as we descend from our meditation, we place our hands together in a prayerful stance. My soul recognizes the light in yours, and my soul recognizes the light in my dog. Namaste.
Namaste. Wow, you should come here every day. Oh, wow, that was nice. How did you guys like that? Did any of you do that? I hope you joined it along with us as we were doing it. Now, it's so peaceful. I seriously want to just, people else do that for us. But I can't emphasize enough my own experience in incorporating some form of meditation into my life. Like you experienced, and it's kind of hard to quantify, and I can't say, I've just shifted, because I still operate the same way for the most part during the day, but it is an energy shift for sure, and it almost feels better. Like I personally get like this, it almost feels as though there's this release. I can't quite explain what that is. I don't know what that is, but I crave that feeling, especially if things get hectic. And I know that I should probably take a few moments during the day. And sometimes it's not that I meditate, but I will sit quietly with Bola for a little bit, just to step away from the computer and shift things up a little bit, re-energize myself during the day. So I'm trying to read some of the things. 2 mellow dogs next to me. That's awesome. Hi, Shannon. Oh, I'm so glad that they were right there with you. That's so great. And Jen, your voice is so soothing too. I feel like we're all so busy, and we just rush from one thing to the next. It's almost as though we don't give ourselves a chance to have closure from one activity before going on to the next. And I was listening to somebody yesterday who spoke to that, and it really made it very conscious for me to understand that you have to allow this little space between what you do during the course of the day, not only to stay energized, but you just don't deplete yourself completely,
And also so that we're really energetically invested in each experience, and we don't miss all the gifts that way then.
Exactly.
Experience the downloads and the gifts.
And isn't that the greatest lessons that our dogs try every single day to teach us? Just be here right now. Do not worry about what is going to be happening tonight or tomorrow. And do not, I'll tell you, wasted energy and insanity is constantly reliving something that's in the past that you cannot change, that you cannot fix, and owning that. I mean, that is just cruelty to yourself. So hopefully you guys don't do that. So a couple things. One, I want people to be able to know how to reach you. So we're going to put your contact information in the notes here. Where would you like us to?
Well, my website is being rebuilt right now. So at this time, jendialmeditation@gmail.com is the best way to reach me. And I take private clients as well as group classes. Stay tuned, because Gila has some amazing visions for this work that we're going to do together with Dog is Good. And I couldn't be more blessed and honored to be included in your show today and to be able to have this moment. And Bolo was a champ, an absolute champ. And if you drift off in meditation, it's okay. Your subconscious is still being impressed. And if I can really share one kernel with you today that you remember, that is, don't think you have to take on quieting and creating a blank mind. That's such a tall order, even for the Buddhist monks sitting in Tibet. Let your mind express, but try to give intention and practice meditation, and you'll find you can focus that amazing, brilliant mind of yours.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think that's people's biggest fear, is I can't clear my mind, just like it was for my own. And just to kind of have that acknowledgement that the thoughts are going to pop in, and that's okay. You can, there it is, and whoop, there it went. So I think that's great. I'm so grateful that you came in here today, and I am excited. I do have really big visions. I'm just so passionate about how we live our lives with our dogs and learning from them on a daily basis on how to be so that we can really love the life that we've lived, that we've been that we've been gifted by whatever you believe in. You know, we've been gifted the right to be here, and we've been gifted the challenge to share those gifts with others. And the only way to do that, I think, is to become the best version of ourselves. I find for me personally, I've taken a path where I really do take that guidance in an anecdotal way from the dogs in my life. And I want to share that with others, because it really has impacted and made a big difference, as well as the people who I know who practice a lot of those same things. So to me, it's a holistic approach, not just in terms of meditation or et cetera, but just, you know, the thoughts that you put into your head, the way you fuel yourself, the energy that you put out there, and more importantly, how you can impact the world around you. So I am really excited about that. So you can stay tuned for some cool things that we'll be making available to you, and hopefully you'll share that with others. Does anybody have any questions for Jen? So Paula, this is all pre-recorded. So you get not pre-recorded, it's recorded live, but you can fast forward to the meditative part. And wow, look at, I know some of you do know Bolo pretty well, and I don't think anybody has ever seen Bolo like this before.
It's remarkable when we calm our voice and our energy feels down. This is our dog's natural state, is to be relaxed. And then they respond to energy going on and chaos going on. So if we can create this space, it's healthy for them.
So, okay, so just to wrap up a couple things, we've provided information on where you guys can get in touch with Jen. I do want to remind you to enter to win this awesome tunic. Everybody loves it, and it's really comfortable. But I also want to invite you, if you haven't already, I do always invite you to sign up for your weekly dose of fur-covered wisdom, which are those weekly notes of inspiration that come directly to you from your own dog. And if you're so inclined, that could be something you could gift to others in your life by just signing them up with their dog's name, and they could get that too. Stay tuned, because also in the future, we've been asked by a couple people to consider a book club around fur-covered wisdom. And so I'm going to throw that out there to you guys. That would be such an honor to lead something like that for those of you who you know, want to get deeper into that for yourselves. And I also want to thank you for being on our live show. And if you're not currently a member of our Dog is Good Lifestyle group, there are some really awesome and very cool people in there, and they post the best stuff. And I love how you guys share and how you communicate with each other. And it's really uplifting for me. I'm not kidding. I look through it all the time, and it really enhances my day on a very deep level. I can't really express that enough. So let's see. Oh, a book club would be fun. Okay, cool. I'm so excited. I'd never even occurred to me until somebody reached out and asked me, and I thought, wow, that would be really fun. I'd like to do that. So I'm going to put that together for you guys. And let's see, anybody else saying anything?
Stephen and Melinda had questions.
Okay, Stephen had a question. I've read Energy Healing for Animals by Joan Rankett, if I said that right. It explains how to be to be one with your pets, animals, energy waves.
I mean, she asked if she had any book recommendations.
Oh, do you have any book recommendations?
Well, there are several book recommendations, and can I share those with you with the author's name?
Of course.
And we'll post them so that you have the direct name and the title of the book. And I am also writing a book, so that segment of that book will also be applicable to the meditation practice. But there are some fabulous books. There are books about Reiki practices to work on with your dog. And someone else had mentioned the dog massage. All of these.
Do any of you guys do that? Reiki or canine massage, or which actually I am going to be talking to somebody about discussing canine massage. It's going to be one of our future interviews. But also, what's the other thing I was going to add? T-touch. Does anybody do T-touch with their dogs? I'd be curious to know. You guys can put that. And then so you said, Janelle, somebody else had a comment?
Yeah. Are your classes local to the Southern California area?
Indeed, they are. I have a class in Huntington Beach on Mondays at noon, and I can get all that information out to you if you want to send me an email. And then I have classes in Old Town Orange on Friday afternoons and on Tuesday evenings. And then I have some workshops coming up, and I do have some speaking platforms that you could attend and learn more as well.
And if you're not in Orange County, she does also make this available. You can do Skype, private clients, and she can also she will have some online coursework that you can do at your own pace with this as well. And another teaser, and I would be curious to see some thumbs up if this is something you'd be interested in. We're in the process of beginning prep work for the very first Dog is Good lifestyle retreat that we want to do in California with you and your dog. And if you can't travel with your dog, we will seek out ways to have one hang with you while you're there at a beautiful resort that we're looking into here in California. So if that's something that you like, I know that we will be definitely doing some Dog is Good Dog is My Zen mindful meditation. And so that's I'm really excited about this year ahead. It is the year of the dog, guys, and so it's going to be about everything, pulling that whole synergistic component together so that they have the best life and we can too.
Yeah, Paula asked, can meditation for dogs aid in their behavior?
Ooh, great question.
That's a good question. Can meditation aid in a dog's behavior? I believe yes. And I would encourage you to document the behavior shifts that you see in your dog after you implement meditation. I recommend twice a day. The calm energy and the connection you're going to experience with your dog will set you up and will energetically create more patterns in the future where you will communicate with your dog, and there will be that relationship that you already have with your dog, but up-leveled. For my dogs, I have 3 dogs. Meditation with my dogs has created this incredible communication platform for us. So I would love for you to begin your meditation practice with your dog and journal some of the things that you've seen that can shift for you.
Awesome. That's great. Any more questions, guys?
Any DVDs to help with meditation?
Any DVDs to help with meditation?
Well, there are some DVDs, and I'm creating an app that I also will be downloading a lot of the music that I like to recommend for people. So on my website, you're going to be able to access some of the music. And some of the music that we're going to set aside that's really conducive to dog-specific meditation. That will be coming. So, yes.
And as we mentioned earlier, we're going to be putting together a opportunity for you guys to access all of that for yourselves, and on different, there'll be different elements depending on what you might need on any given day, and also, what you feel your dog might need too. So we're in the process of beginning that creative work together, and just stay tuned. I am definitely going to be sharing that with everybody. Really excited about that. Any more questions? Okay, great. I want to thank Janelle, who's in the background here, being my eyes, because you can't see that far. And I want to graciously thank you guys, not only for coming here today, but for joining every week as you do, and for sharing it, and for just being part of our lifestyle community. It means a lot, and I learn a lot from you guys, and I appreciate that as well. So with that, we will sign off. We wish you a lovely afternoon, relaxed, but also energized at the same time. And I hope you make it a phenomenal day for you and your dog. And I think somebody's just going to be snoozing away. Thanks for all the love, guys. See you next week. Take care. Oh, actually, next week I won't be here. I will be doing a trade show, so I can't break away from our booth. So we will be on hiatus from the lifestyle show next week. So we'll get you up to date on the following week on our guest, and down the road too, we've got guests on doing fitness and hiking with your dogs, and some important guests speaking about preventing cancer, but also what to do if your dog is diagnosed with cancer. So just a lot of good stuff coming up. So I look forward to seeing you there as well at those episodes. All right, guys, have a great day. Jen, thank you again for being here, and have an awesome Wednesday.